A while back, I made a video titled Every Returning Character in the Fallout series, and trust me, I did my research. I looked up articles, I watched YouTube videos, I scoured the wiki, and I was 100% sure I had covered every returning character in the series. But there was one character who was forgotten by even the most savvy of Fallout scholars. So, who is this character I speak of? Well, none other than Paladin Rhombus of the Brotherhood of Steel. Look at this absolute stud muffin. With a perfectly combed mustache, eyebrows thicker than a bowl of oatmeal, and a head squarer than Minecraft, this guy is a certified badass. So how did I find out about this character? Well, I was walking outside, minding my own business, when out of the sky came a towering figure, bathed in glorious light. That figure was a divine being named Yellow Gamer 5308, who descended from the clouds, and in his awe-inspiring voice, he said,
"No mention of Rhombus. Shame."
And then he ascended back into the heavens just as soon as he arrived. Truly a profound experience. Anyways, back to our star for today's video. So, in Fallout 1, Rhombus is the head paladin of the Lost Hills chapter of the Brotherhood of Steel. A stern but effective soldier, Rhombus ascended to the position of head paladin after the previous head paladin was killed in a skirmish with the Vipers. After he became head paladin, he led a remorseless campaign against the Vipers, which would eventually push them out of California, leading to trade relations between the Brotherhood and the Hub to be established. In Fallout 1, the Vault Dweller can find Rhombus in the Brotherhood's Lost Hills bunker. You can attempt to talk to him, but he's not much for conversation. If you ask him to train you, he tells you he doesn't train recruits unless you deal with the Master's army, but even after the threat is neutralized, he just tells you,
"I will waste no more time with you."
Damn, what an absolute Chad. He tells you he'll train you after the threat is dealt with, and then he just tells you to fuck off anyways. Fast forward to Fallout Brotherhood of Steel, and Rhombus is an old man. Back in 2208, he formed a splinter faction of the Brotherhood of Steel with the sole purpose of taking out the Addis army, which itself is an offshoot of the Master's army. He embarked on what is now known as the Texas Expedition, where he would find an abandoned prototype vault and turn it into the main headquarters of the Brotherhood of Steel's Texas chapter. In that same year, Rhombus got a report of super mutants in the ghoul city of Los, where he and his allies were ambushed by a cult of ghouls and mutants called the Church of the Lost. Rhombus's whole squad was killed in battle, and he was captured and tortured by the Church of the Lost. This is where the protagonist of Brotherhood of Steel, the Initiate, manages to liberate Rhombus. But before they can escape, Rhombus blows up.
My main goal is to blow up.
In supposedly his final moments, he gives the Initiate a keycard to access the secret vault that resides beneath the city. You then leave Rhombus sitting near a truck where he presumably dies, but if the player character returns to the truck, Rhombus is nowhere to be found. Once the Initiate completes Chapter 2 of Brotherhood of Steel, Rhombus becomes a playable character. Guess it takes more than a cult of ghouls to take this paladin down. Wow, what a harrowing tale, and such an intriguing character. I wonder why Rhombus isn't talked about more. My guess is because Brotherhood of Steel got bad reviews and was made non-canon by Bethesda. I mean, for God's sakes, he was voiced by Clancy Brown, the same guy who voiced Mr. Krabs on SpongeBob. Damn, that guy has some vocal range. Can you imagine if Rhombus spoke like Mr. Krabs?
Captain Eugene Harold Armor Abs Krabs at your service. Well, you're a big one. Go on without me.
Once again, shout out to Yellow Gamer for informing me about such an interesting character who I never would have learned about on my own. Seriously, he was the only one in my comment section who mentioned Rhombus. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this lore video. Briefly, I want to announce that I've purchased my own PC, and I've yet to set it up, but once I do, I'll install some graphics mods so my game looks better for my future videos. Please like, subscribe, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye bye.